What's up, guys? Hope everybody's doing well and having a great day. In this video, I'm going to take you guys to multiple locations. You're going to see some really cool video footage here of mysterious objects in the daytime sky. We're going to Texas, we're going to Florida, and we're going to an undisclosed location. But first, I want to share with you guys a video out of Kentucky of the moon from April 4th. This was just a few days ago, right before the full moon, and you can see some very intense rings in the sky around the moon. They say that this is created by pollen, and that very well could be the case as the air is loaded with pollen right now. But either way, very cool video by Laura out of Kentucky. And coming over to the homepage of the website, quick look at the Schumann resonance. You can see the action still continues. There's a little bit of activity in the Schumann, a few spikes here and there. Right now, the origins of that energy are unknown. Here in the last 24 hours, we saw a M-class solar flare. Was not Earth-directed as the Earth-facing side of the sun, at least for the time being. It's pretty quiet, not too much going on. We have an active region down here with a few small sunspots in the southeastern quadrant. But other than this area right here, the Earth-facing side of the sun is blank. Hopping over to the Yellowstone supervolcano caldera, looking at the seismographs that monitor the mighty supervolcano. Once again, most of the activity is isolated to the northwestern quadrant. You can see a little bit of earthquake activity, the red vertical lines. And moving from the northwest through the center of the caldera, the center is pretty quiet. We've got a little bit of earthquake activity over here in the far east at Parker Peak, and the southern part of the caldera is pretty quiet. So not a whole lot going on at the supervolcano caldera. Checking in on Lake Mead, yet another day of negative change. Saw a pretty good run there for a while of positive change, but the water level continues to go down at Lake Mead, going up to Lake Powell. They both share the Colorado River, and they're both doing the same thing right now. Negative change, water dropping at Lake Powell. The outflow is superseding the inflow by almost double, so that's going to create a negative overall water content change at Lake Powell. So Lake Powell and Lake Mead, at least for the time being, are going down. I want to show you guys an example of Chinese lanterns. We get a lot of videos of unusual things in the night and daytime sky, as you're going to see here in this video, but I wanted to share with you guys a recent observation of lights in the sky that were identifiable. These are what Chinese lanterns look like, and you can see they're at the complete mercy of the wind. They're all moving at the same speed, and they're kind of moving at a slight angle upwards. These are classic Chinese lanterns, and the color is light orange. And what those are, there's a little candle, a flame inside of a floating lantern, and they only last so long, usually 2 or 3 minutes, and then they dissipate. So that's an excellent example of Chinese lanterns. So if you happen to see those in the nighttime sky, that's what those are. Now I want to take you guys to various locations of objects in the daytime sky spotted by people here recently. This one here appeared out of nowhere, again in broad daylight. Video footage sent in by Shane McGuire from March 25th of 2023 out of Salersville, Kentucky. And here we go. Look at the object right there. See it coming into the field of view from the right, moving very quickly to the left. And as you're going to see right here, it dips in behind this big bank of clouds and does not, this is the other side of the clouds, did not appear to come out the other side of the clouds. So don't know what that was. Here it is in a modified zoomed in. I zoomed in quite heavily on the object, looking for any possible features, and I couldn't find any. That's the original speed. The object was moving at a very high rate of speed through the Kentucky sky in broad daylight. Awesome video footage by Shane out of Kentucky. Going from Kentucky to Central Texas. Here we go. Video footage is from March the 4th of 2023 out of Central Texas around 6:30 p.m. Object not moving quite as fast as what we just saw in Kentucky, but as you can tell, it's not an airplane or a helicopter. It wasn't making any noise, and it's almost got a tubular, almost a cylinder type shape to it. And it's kind of light orange and appears to be leaving a vapor trail behind it. Just an unusual observation. Once again, coming out of Central Texas, the object is very low to the ground. It's almost moving in a downward motion. You can see the angle, the orientation's downward, and it looks like a cylinder. Difficult to tell how big it is. I don't know. I'd say maybe 25 feet long, maybe a little bigger. I don't know. It's difficult to tell. Doesn't appear to have wings, and it did not have a tail fin. Good observation there coming out of Texas. I want to take you guys now to the Florida skies, another mysterious object near the coast of Florida in broad daylight. Video footage by Matt from February 13th out of Jacksonville, Florida, and this is also from 2023. Get a load of that thing, would you? This is in the daytime sky, and this one too just appeared out of nowhere. nowhere. And it, like the object in Texas, has got a little bit of a vapor trail behind it. Didn't make any sound, doesn't appear to have wings or a tail fin, not a helicopter or an airplane. Way too big to be a drone, I would think. Looks bright white, doesn't have any flashing lights on it. And the object dipped out of the field of view right there just for a second. Here it re-enters the field of view. Then you can see a row of trees over here. And this object goes behind the row of trees. And you can hear the viewer, he says the object does not have wings. The video footage was sent in by Matt, who noticed this thing, again, in broad daylight. And it appears to be pretty good size. And when he said it didn't have any wings, that kind of ruled out an airplane for sure. And it wasn't even making any noise. It was very quiet and leaving a trail behind it. Super unusual. Again, this looks very similar to the object that we just saw in Texas. So I don't know if the object in Texas is the same as this one here. A really cool video by Matt out of Florida. Going from Jacksonville, Florida, down the coast to Daytona Beach, Florida. Here we go. More mysterious objects in the daytime sky. Video footage by Doug from March 13th of 2023. And this object or objects appeared to be falling through the sky, visible from Daytona Beach, Florida. Again, off the coast, leaving a trail behind it like the other objects that we saw. Couldn't tell if this was one object, two objects. I'll leave that up to you guys to decide. Almost looks like some sort of space debris, maybe. Didn't really look like an airplane. Definitely wasn't a helicopter. Looked like some sort of a fiery object moving through the sky along the coast, visible from Daytona Beach, Florida. Here's a couple of enhanced formats I put side by side. Again, just looking for any possible features, and could not see anything different than the original video that we saw at the beginning. So there it is again. This is in a slightly modified version. Again, another object off the coast of Florida. Here's yet another one. This one here is ultra high speed. Video footage sent in by Jesse from March 20th of 2023. Watch right here. This is zoomed in version over here on the left. Look at that thing. That's original speed. Just appeared out of nowhere. I think he saw it off in the distance and was kind of waiting for it to come out from behind the clouds. Zipped across the sky directly above him at the high noon position, and then went back behind another bank of clouds again and disappeared at an incredibly high rate of speed. And when I zoomed in on this one, you can see a very small set of wings on this thing, but they don't look like classic airplane wings. They're very small. This object here didn't make any noise. Here's the original speed. Once again, I zoomed in on this object and kept it at the same speed because it was so fast. And this object made no sound. That other object you saw right there was just a bird. Notice the small wings on either side. See the small wings there? Way too small to be an airplane. And this thing's probably moving us somewhere in the range of 1,000 miles per hour, give or take a little bit. But that's not an airplane. It wasn't making any noise, wasn't leaving any type of a vapor trail behind it, and then disappeared again behind that row of clouds and did not come out the other side. If it did, it was not visible. So more excellent video footage of unusual things in the day and nighttime sky. If you guys have any photos you'd like to share, you can send those to reports at MrMBB333.com. And if you guys have any videos you'd like to share that are too large for the email, come over here to the homepage of the website. Look for this red banner that says, have a large video. Click on the red banner, drag and drop your video into the red tab. Please include your first name, date, and location, and I'll take it from there. Thanks for watching. Have a super day, and be safe out there.